Hello and welcome back. Our focus in this video will be on global constants and global variables. By watching this video till the end, you'll learn the concept of global constants and variables, the steps for creating them, how to integrate them into a workflow. Let's begin with a brief overview. Global variables and constants allow us to store data in a central location that can be accessed by all activities in a workflow. For instance, a global variable could be used to store the customer's name, which could then be used in a subsequent email activity to personalize the message with their name. Another use case in which we might use these would be storing common values. If there are certain values that are used frequently across multiple workflows, such as a company's tax rate or a specific folder path, these can be stored as global constants or global variables for easy access and consistency. Let's see how it works in practice. The automation project that we'll be building asks the user for a purchase amount. It'll then calculate the value added tax, VAT, and the total purchase amount. Finally, this information will be displayed in a message box and logged into the output panel. The process starts by asking the user for a purchase amount or quantity. For this, we'll create a new workflow, provide a name, and annotation. Let's add an input dialog activity to ask for the purchase amount. To save these values, we need to create a new variable. String subtotal quantity. The next step involves converting the string variable to a double. Now this is necessary because we'll be using the variable to perform calculations within our process. To achieve this, we'll create a global variable named subtotal quantity of type double. It's important to mention that we can only create global variables from the Data Manager panel. Global variables can be a useful tool as they allow for easy sharing of data between workflows. This is relevant to our project as we'll be using this variable to pass data from this workflow to main.xaml. While the value of a global variable can be edited, its name, type, and scope can't be changed. As a third step, let's add a log message for the subtotal purchase amount before tax calculation. Everything looks good for this first workflow. Okay, let's follow the same steps to create the second workflow. Calculating value added tax. And add a description for it. We need to know the VAT rate in order to calculate the total purchase amount, including VAT. The best approach in this case is to use a global constant. We'll create it from the Data Manager panel. Of type number with decimal and the default value of 0.2. We use constants to define fixed values that don't change during project execution, like the VAT rate. The main difference between global constants and global variables is that a global constant stores a value that is fixed and cannot be changed during the process execution, while a global variable can be modified and updated during the process execution. Okay, in order to calculate the VAT amount, let's use an assign. and store its value in a new variable called VAT quantity. And let's log the message. The value-added tax for this purchase is, followed by the VAT amount converted to a string. As a final step, we'll create a new variable to store the total purchase amount and set its scope to global since it will be used in the main workflow. We'll also log this information with a message that states the subtotal, VAT, and total purchase amount. Let's type the expression subtotal equals plus subtotal amount dot toString plus environment dot new line plus VAT equals plus VAT amount dot toString plus environment dot new line plus total equals plus total purchase quantity dot toString. Great, it's time to save this one as well. Our last piece of the puzzle is the main workflow. Let's build it using our two workflows. The first one where we ask for the user input, and the second one where we process the data. Lastly, we'll log the result of the total purchase amount, including taxes. This is a good moment to highlight that we didn't use any arguments in our project. We're only working with global constants and global variables to pass data between activities and workflows. And that's it. Let's run the project. Let's enter a value, let's say 845. And here are the results: the subtotal, VAT, and the total amount. There's just one more thing to check: the output panel, which shows the info we logged throughout our workflows, the amount before taxes, the value-added tax at an applied rate of 0.2, and the total purchase amount including taxes. This concludes our demo on working with global constants and global variables. Let's wrap things up with a quick recap. As a way to pass data between activities and from workflows to main, we used global constants and global variables. A global constant stores a value that is fixed and cannot be changed during the process execution, while a global variable can be modified and updated during the process execution. To practice more with using global constants and variables in UiPath Studio, you can build a shipping process where you need to calculate the total cost of an order, apply a discount based on the customer type, and track the order status across different workflows. You can define global constants to store fixed values such as the discount percentage for regular and premium customers, as well as shipping costs and tax rates. You can then use global variables to store and modify values that need to be updated throughout the process, such as the customer name, order number, and shipping address. Don't just take our word for it. Give it a try and see how it would work. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.